mic top off. Now you're not talking. Do you need to drive?
Put your seatbelt on, drive.
Good morning.
Hi.
It's a beautiful day at Sill-TerHar Motors, and I don't want to drive.
It's a hot day at Sill-TerHar
It's
Motors.
a hot day, especially in your office.
You have to drive because you don't talk.
I don't talk if I don't drive.
Can we talk about the fact that my air conditioning is not working in the office?
That's on now. Sure.
It's horrible.
We need a door and sliding windows.
I've been trying.
Which is funny because the AC unit for the whole building is in your office,
and
but
it's freezing everywhere.
It doesn't go in your office.
I don't get any of it. The rest of the office is freezing cold.
I have sharp knives, so we can just cut into the air.
I thought about that.
I mean, it's kind of their fault. They should pay to fix it. I'm going left.
Someone should pay to fix it because it needs to be fixed. It's very hot in my office.
It does.
Makes editing these very difficult. We're driving a 2012 Volvo S60
T5?
T5, which I always think is funny that they have 5-cylinder engines.
Why?
It's missing a cylinder.
It's inline.
You can't have an odd cylinder.
They've had odd for a long time.
But then is there like 3 on this side and 2 on this side?
No, that's not a V. It's an inline.
There should be a V because V's cooler.
Then it wouldn't be balanced, and it would go like this.
I know, that's why it's funny to have 5.
You have a V5.
It should be 6.
Why?
Because then it could be a V and it wouldn't be unbalanced.
They have T6. It's all-wheel drive.
No, but not a V6.
No. It's the
What's the T
engineering.
stand for?
Turbo.
High pressure. And this one.
Duh.
300 horse, right?
300 horse.
Which is comparable to the old Volvo S60R.
Mm-hmm.
I know that because I had one.
Yep. And now they still have the Volvo S60R, but it's more than 300 horse.
They have the Volvo S60R design, which is not the S60R. Now it has a boosted engine to what, 325?
I think so.
And a little bit of suspension tweaking and
Wheels, brakes,
interior changes. Yeah. It's nice looking.
Mm-hmm. These though you can lease. The advertised lease for the S60 is $249 a month, which is a lot for a little. You get a lot of technology. You get a lot of features out of them. So it's a great lease right now that's going on.
Don't hit the guy on the bike.
I know. His bike lane's only like
bright yellow
8
though.
inches.
We're doing it again where it makes
I just wanted to.
my eyes get
I
big.
wanted to give him enough room.
But when you do it, it makes my eyes get big.
That's okay.
Gravity's not my friend. Gravity is my friend when I'm on a bike going downhill.
If you need to stay planted on the ground, gravity is your best friend.
It's true. I have a very high specific gravity.
I wasn't even going there, but
I think
that's okay.
My weight in relation to my size is twice what it should be.
Your weight in relation to your size.
Yeah. Like
okay.
It feels like I weigh twice as much as I actually do.
Why that though?
I don't know. I think it's because I'm made out of something denser than most people.
Like
adamantium. My bones are adamantium. There, now you know it. I am Wolverine. The worst Wolverine ever.
Do you have the knives?
No, that's why I'm the worst Wolverine ever.
Oh.
I'm like Wolverine's older.
So you're like the Hulk Wolverine, where you don't do anything cool, but you're really strong.
The Avengers is coming out next week.
It is. Are we going to see it?
Speaking of the Hulk.
Are you going to see it?
Maybe.
We should.
I probably should see that in theaters. It looks pretty epic.
I had an idea, actually, at the Twilight premiere. Don't ask. And
I don't have to ask.
You don't have to. I was saying them, because they'll write comments.
No, I don't have to ask why you were at the Twilight premiere because it's embarrassing enough that you were there.
Supporting my girlfriend. But, anyway, I thought it'd be really cool to have the tailgate truck because everybody at a premiere stands outside forever. Yeah. Around the theater in lines. It was cold because it was very, very winter. But, don't unbuckle.
I just put my seatbelt further up.
Saying. And these cars are safe, but not when...
I like it when things make noise in the car. You tend to panic.
I do. I don't know what happens, and it annoys me.
Those little seat rests, the headrests pop down, and you almost peed yourself.
It still makes the noise, even though they're down.
It's like
kind of cool.
It's like when I pushed the sport button in the Jaguar, and your eyes got big
because it choked me.
Strangled.
That's aggressive. But anyway, there's lines and everything outside, so everybody's standing in the cold, waiting around. You know, obviously they want something warm. Now this is kind of the wrong time of year because now they want something cool, but we can do that as well. But I thought it'd be cool to bring our truck out. But I don't know.
You know, one of the things I like about this car is they did the pass-through thing that Volvo did on C30. So behind the radio, you can. I mean, I could touch your feet. It'd be kind of awkward, but I could probably touch your feet.
But if you drop something down there, you don't have to go around. You can
go underneath.
Yeah, if your arm bends 4 ways, it'll work.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it's kind of cool. You can hide things back here.
Yeah, it's just the actual storage space.
Yeah,
put your phone back there.
Space looks a little cleaner. I just missed the green light.
It's alright, we're talking. I also have always liked that Volvo covers their. They've got this little slidey rolly cover for their.
It makes the car look a little more
cup holders,
aesthetically pleasing, and also your charger, so you can throw your phone, MP3 player, whatever you need to charge in there. Camera.
Does it do USB? Let's look, folks.
Yep,
yeah,
it does.
USB right there.
USB and mono.
Aux jack, so you can plug in. Not sure what the iPod capabilities on it are, but it's got a nice little.
Green light again. I got it.
Gonna go with 6-inch display there. Very crisp. You know, Volvo did something great about 2 years ago when they updated their nav system.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like this has the nav system in it, but the nav system in the old Volvos was really boxy and a little bit unpleasant to view. It also, I had this cool pop-up mechanism, but it just got in the way. You know,
My
I can't imagine anyone
sister
used it.
had an S80, and she bought the car, and 6 months down the road, she asked my dad for a Garmin for Christmas, and he bought her one, and he put it in the car right behind the nav. And as a joke, me kind of knowing a little bit about cars, me as a joke, I hit the button on the steering wheel that activated the nav, and I had the nav pop up in front of the Garmin, and my little sister went inside and said, "Dad, what's in front of the Garmin? I don't know what that is, and it wants me to hit a button or something." And he said, "I don't know either. Let me see." Now, granted, my dad was out of town, and my mom actually bought the car, not behind my dad's back, but it kind of was.
Okay.
And at a used car lot, actually. And he came back, and my mom said, "Surprise, we bought your daughter a car that was way more than what you wanted to pay, and and a brand that you weren't familiar with," which is still a good car, but he's an import guy. He's a
Volvo's an import, so it's okay.
Japanese car guy. And
we don't like them.
So no, I don't.
Mazdas, I guess.
I'm gonna switch them though.
All right, good.
That's my goal in life, is to switch them. And I will. But so he came out, and he didn't know what it was. He called me, and I was at work, and he called me and said, "What is in front of it?" I said, "Your nav screen that came with the car." Now, granted, I think the Garmin was a little more updated, but
probably.
I think between the two, you had a pretty good point of reference.
That's pretty funny.
But he literally put it in the center below, and I had it just pop out. Now that I blocked the whole camera, but
not much in the way of delivery on that car, huh? Nobody really.
No, it was a different brand. It was a Toyota dealership.
Okay.
So I guess it wasn't a used car lot, but it was on their used car lot.
Yeah.
They kind of just wanted to get rid of it. But it was actually a nice car even back then. It was an 0203.
Yeah, my mom's got a 2002.
It looks just like hers.
Yeah,
your mom.
silver.
So it looks just like hers. It was light blue, but
I have to say, I got to drive an S60 T5 to Vail one day, and it was a remarkable drive. You know, that turbo doesn't lose anything in the mountains. And
well, that's what those. I mean, that's really what they're built for out here, is the turbocharged engines, because as you accelerate up a hill, you get more and more boost, and that's what's really, when you need it, important. You know, the superchargers are nice, but with what's it called? With the intervals, the torque intervals, it's so specific, and it hits it and then it goes back down.
Yeah.
With the turbocharge, which is nice, is it kind of goes up in the torque and it stays there. And
well, my understanding is you're compressing the air too, so the density of the air doesn't matter. Where a supercharged or naturally aspirated engine will lose.
Still
power
relies on the air intake, which is less out here, especially
a lot less in the mountains.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're already
less.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting around town here. We're at 5,000 feet plus.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not odd for us to gain a few thousand feet throughout the weeks. You know?
Well,
you go up in the mountains,
It's always weird to me when I go into the mountains, like spending a weekend in Vail or going for a hike, and the simplest tasks become much, much harder.
Yes.
You know, I'm always shocked by a really simple little hike, and I'm a mile in thinking, why can't I catch my breath? And then I realize because I'm at 10,000 feet.
Yeah, I refuse to unload the car when we go up to the mountains, because, hey, will you grab the... No, it's hard. No.
Have you ever climbed a 14er?
Let's pay somebody. No, I really want to.
Yeah, I've done two.
You've done two?
I made it to 13.5 on a third one, but it was snowing. It started snowing, and I decided that I really didn't care to keep pushing on at that point. So I went ahead and turned around and
That's the one thing that I regret not doing more is that I was in Scouts. Yeah,
okay.
Funny. And I was in Scouts in LA, the worst place you could be for outdoor activities. And we would always camp.
In Starbucks?
Find an open field somewhere in between two skyscrapers and camp. But it was something that, when I moved out here, I was a sophomore or just going into being a sophomore. And I swore up and down that I would enjoy the outdoors, because you can literally be an hour away and go to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, there's nothing around.
And I didn't do it once.
Oh,
I haven't camped outside once. I have all this gear.
The one thing I have not been able to do yet that I hope to someday gain the fitness to do is climb Long's Peak. I have not been up Long's Peak, and one of the things they say is the most fun when you climb Long's Peak is hitting a golf ball off the top of Long's Peak.
Why?
Because Long's Peak has a very flat peak.
Okay.
I think that's sort of an oxymoron. I don't think you have a flat peak, but yes.
Peak by definition. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm sorry, I've just realized that the guy on the corner is holding a sign that says he's very sick and he needs gluten for food. I don't know why you would need gluten if you were
and
very
he's smiling
sick.
too.
He does have a nice little smile on his face. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I wish we had Tim.
So I was thinking it would be great to just, they say if you hit a golf ball off the top of Long's Peak, it will go for miles. Partly because it's steep, and partly because you're at rarefied air. You're 14,000 feet, which is really high up there, as we've established. But that also makes me think about the golf day we had the day before yesterday. It was not your finest hour. You didn't run out of balls, though. You brought 10 balls. And you left with one, right?
I left with one because I found 4 in the lake. I robbed the community of 4, or the golf course of 4 golf balls.
And you played with a girl's ball for at least 4 holes.
I did. And I'm cursed with that stuff.
When I
come across with holding on to something that I really don't want to.
There you go. You're trying to lose the girl's ball. You couldn't lose it.
No, and I use the same example with this is switching gears, and we'll switch back. But my dog leash, I had a lead forever that kept breaking. You'd have those retractable ones, and Layla would wrap it around something. She'd run and wrap it around, and it would break. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy a pink one, and I bet it'll last. And I've had it for over a year.
There you go.
I'm cursed with it. Now I have a pink one.
Which isn't a big deal
because she's a girl.
I thought it was funny you showed me the little yellow ball and how excited you were about how cool it looked.
And then you said, "Oh, isn't that a girl's ball?"
Isn't that a girl's ball?
Yeah, I thought it glowed in the dark, but then it had it said
it's one of those chrome balls, right? Like the chrome interior and the clear shell.
Yeah.
You picked it up and looked at it closely and said, "Yep, it's a lady's ball." Went ahead and hit it anyway.
Oh yeah. What's the difference?
What'd you end up shooting?
I stopped counting after hole 3.
Yeah. I shot 104 and it was not all that bad. It was windy.
I'd go reverse on that, so 401 maybe.
It was really windy at the end.
It was, but it actually kind of helped because it slowed down my severe right hook.
It did not slow down the one slice I hit on that big par 5 that hit a house very, very hard.
Very aggressively.
That made a big loud noise.
Yeah, it did.
And then I pointed at you because just in case someone came. I do that when something hits a house, whether it's me or otherwise. If somebody hits a house, I point at another golfer.
Yeah. You are good at the tricks and everything, because then when I was hitting the balls and they were going away right, when I had an audience and
the cart
you go right down the middle, and I didn't sell it once, and I'd hit it 3 times.
I know.
Which is funny because if I hit it again, she has to know that I screwed up.
That cart girl messed you up something fierce.
She did.
I was playing with Bo once. I was playing with Bo Smith, who is our GM president,
we're not done.
Guy in charge. Okay. And he and I were out with one of our advertising reps, and we were on a par 3. He takes a backswing, and in his backswing from between 2 hills pops the cart girl, and she was stunned by the fact that he was in the backswing. She had come around the corner way too fast, given it was a blind corner right in front of the tee box. So she yelps this little freaked out, kind of
like
and
she
cranks the wheel.
She was in the path of where he was going to shoot?
Yeah, she was directly in front of him.
Uh-oh.
And cranks the wheel in a bit of a panic into a wall of 4x4s.
Oh.
And sort of bounces. I think it's probably 8 inches tall. It's like 2 4x4s. Yeah. So the car kind of bounces and then stops. And Bo, of course, has stopped his swing at this point. And we go over to talk to her. And sure enough, she broke the strut on one of the front wheels. You could see it hanging down.
Sounds like one of our employees.
It was quite an amusing little situation there.
Oh my gosh. That's why you don't have blind spots on golf courses.
Yeah, I thought, especially not in front of the tee box.
Yeah, bad.
Seems like a bad place for a blind spot.
So she just came. Oh, no bueno.
Just hanging U-turn here.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that I'm wearing my Snuffleupagus shirt, my beautiful green tie.
Yep.
I think it matches very well. It's got purple in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. See the purple?
Yeah, don't choke yourself.
Okay.
Like you do to me.
I also have matching socks.
You online shop way too much.
No, Nordstrom Rack.
For you. Nordstrom Rack?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Happy socks. Nordstrom Rack.
Happy socks.
I've said more than once that I have to wear grown-up clothes, but I do not have to wear grown-up socks.
That's true.
Yep. My socks are
That's true.
I did just go buy on a lot of socks online.
You did?
Yeah. I've got red socks with a white lightning bolt on them.
I've seen those.
Green socks with a white lightning bolt.
I haven't seen those.
Brown socks with light brown bicycles. I have a pair of mismatched socks that when you order them comes as 3. It's 3 socks with different colored stripes on them.
Nice.
But the stripes are the same size and the same position. So they look like they should match, but the colors don't match. I like those socks.
Oh my gosh.
Got a gray pair of socks like this green polka dot pair.
Is that all of them?
No, I've got some Psycho Bunny socks.
Yes.
Psycho Bunny socks have their logo on it, which is a skull and crossbone with a bunny head.
Isn't that on a shirt?
Probably. I assume Psycho Bunny makes things other than socks. I'm just saying.
Smart aleck. I actually really like this drive.
It is a nice little car. It is. It's quiet, smooth.
This one. I should have leased this one with that program.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good program.
Plate.
Yeah.
Not the Volvo.
License plate's making noise behind us.
Yep.
Freaking us all out. Bring your kid to work day. I've seen a couple kids floating around.
Yeah, I should have brought my dogs.
I should have brought my kids.
You have kids, I have. Well,
I feel kind of bad about that.
Yeah, you're a jerk. I would have loved to see her facial expression.
She doesn't do it anymore, though. She's older. When my daughter was little, you'd tell her to say cheese, and she would do a number of things, although maybe one of the best when she would do this. She'll say,
you have a perfect picture.
I don't know if she was just, if that's the face I make when I say cheese.
Yeah.
But
I don't think so.
Anytime you pull out a camera, she'd make a face.
Oh, she's a cute little girl. All right, and we're back.
Thanks for another exciting adventure. And next week, we'll do something fun.
Yep. What are we doing next week?
We're talking about a special guest. Special guest host.
Not same car.
Oh.
Okay.
Why would we do the same car?
I don't know. I like this car. I'm going to drive it for the next 2 minutes.
Okay. Have fun.
So, all right.